Welcome back. Today in our Sunday Spotlight, Mike Slifer. He's the newest meteorologist to join the Channel 3 early warning weather team. He just made the short walk from the weather set to join me here on CT22. Mike, welcome. Welcome to the station, and of course, welcome back to Connecticut. You're a Connecticut guy. People have already seen you forecasting here on the station. Tell us, who's Mike Slifer?
Yeah, this is my homecoming. This is the moment that I think a lot of people in this career dream of, and it happened pretty early in mine, so I'm grateful for that. From Cromwell, born and raised, spent my time as a child obsessed with the weather. Used to watch Channel 3. I remember some of the biggest storms, watching Bruce and Mark just kind of nerd out about the meteorological fascination of some of these storms. So that inspired me to go to school and really study it. Ended up going to SUNY Albany, graduated in 2016, did 3 years in Southern West Virginia, and did 3 years in Maine, and now I'm here. Back home. And
tell me about what this is like, making that transition to being home. I'm a Connecticut guy. I grew up watching this station and then worked here for a whole lot of years and still do. What is it that it means to you to be back forecasting in the community you knew for so long?
Yeah, it's incredible. One of the toughest things about this job that I think is sort of overlooked is that you have to learn all of these different counties and towns and rivers and things like that. And it makes the first 6 months to a year moving somewhere difficult. Here, I don't have to do that. It's just second nature. And so now I'm talking also to people that I grew up with, people I went to high school with, my parents, my grandparents. Everybody's still here and watching. And I think that it sort of gives a little more impact to the forecast that I deliver. Not that I was ever phoning it in elsewhere, but when you're directly speaking to people that can call you or text you immediately afterwards, it sort of gives you a different perspective to maybe be a little more thorough in some cases, break down timing and things like that a little more, down to like the minute or the hour, as opposed to just saying, well, at some point on Saturday or on Sunday or whatever, and making it a little more specific as opposed to more generic.
Well, and like you said, you're not going to give the weather for Cheshire or the Berlin Turnpike or any of those things. So
right, correct.
You've got a leg up on that for sure. What is it with Connecticut and weather? I know, just from watching Bruce and Scott and Mark for so many years from the news set, looking over at the weather desk, there can be a lot of stuff happening in a pretty small state, and it can change a lot if you're in Litchfield or if you're in Mystic. As a meteorologist, does that provide a unique challenge?
Yes, it does, and it makes it a little more fun. Winter storms, I think, are going to be one of the most fun and challenging parts of my career this winter. Figuring out, where the rain-snow line could end up, figuring out how New London County and the open ocean there is a bit different than, say, Bridgeport and Fairfield County, New Haven County, which are blocked by Long Island Sound. How much snow can some of the Northwest Hills really squeeze out of some of these systems? It makes things very complicated in that regard. And then, of course, in the summer, too, we have thunderstorms that move in usually from the west. And that poses a whole different category of challenges. How far through the state do they make it? Where exactly do we expect severe weather or strong thunderstorms, things like that? So a lot of unique challenges, but again, the familiarity makes it immediately easier in a way, because I know the terrain. I don't need to study a terrain map every single day for months to finally get it in my head. That's easy, that's done. I know where all the major roadways are, major towns, major cities. So I think that it's going to provide certainly some unique challenges, and in a way it's going to be maybe a little bit even easier than other stops in my career have been.
We only have about 30 seconds left. I know you talked about knowing so many people here already, which probably does add some accountability. You say it's going to rain on Saturday. It better rain on Saturday. You're going to hear from people. But I know, it's easy for viewers to say, oh, they blew a forecast or they missed it or it started raining an hour later than they said. I know all you guys over there agonize over those details because people are counting on it.
Yes.
As a new guy, is a little different that it's family and friends and people you've known a long time relying on those forecasts, because all the viewers are going to want to see what you're forecasting.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, viewers obviously are using us to plan their lives, and that's very, very important, which is why we take so much time to make the forecasts that we do. But when it's like your mom's birthday party or something that your family's trying to plan, all of a sudden the stakes are a little bit higher, because if something doesn't quite work out, you never hear the end of it.
Yeah, well, I know people are going to be counting on you. When can they see you? When will you be on TV?
Weekdays, Monday through Friday, noon, 4 and 7.
All right, we'll see you then. Mike Slifer, thank you for being with us on CT22.
Thanks for having me.
That is CT22 for this week. CBS Sunday Morning is up next. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll meet you back here in Studio A next Sunday morning.